Hello lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to talk to you guys a little bit about my keto journey and how it's been going for this whole month of January, and just kind of giving you guys some updates on my thoughts about my health and things like that. So if you guys want to know some information about my keto journey, you know what to do. All right, guys, so again, welcome back. If you guys want to be a part of the AmorGalore tribe, definitely go ahead and press that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified of all of my new content. And as always, if you guys are returning, you guys are the real MVPs. You are a part of the AmorGalore tribe, and I appreciate you. All right. I digress with that, but I just want to jump right into talking about my whole keto journey and just kind of telling you guys about my experience with it. So let's get right into it. So I have always struggled. Now, I don't want to say struggle because I've tried to lose weight, but it was never really consistent. So I don't really say I've struggled to lose weight because I haven't really put my all into it. But I just know that when I would work out diligently and eat right, I wouldn't really lose weight. So it just kind of was discouraging, and I just kind of stopped and continued my old habits. But when I started this journey, I was like, you know what? I am going to give it my all for a full month. And if, nothing happens, that's going to suck. But at least I know that I gave it my all, and that can lead me to, or that can guide me to figure out what I need to do to make the next steps to get to losing weight. So I decided to try keto. Now, I was totally against it because I am a diabetic, and being a diabetic, I think there's just like some issues, some hesitancy with being a diabetic and being on keto because of the carb intake. But I was just like, you know what? I'm going to try it. I have nothing else to lose. I believe years ago I tried the Atkins diet, Weight Watchers, and then just monitoring my intake of food and exercising and stuff like that. But I just decided to try keto. So that being said, some pros to keto. I will say my energy is out of this world. And I don't mean I'm not tired, but like it's just like clean energy. Like if you have ever burned clean energy like from your body, like when you're working out or exerting some force or whatever, if you have felt that before, then you know what I'm talking about. But it is exhilarating. Like it's just like I felt depleted after I had worked out, but I like re-energized immediately almost. And I was just like, wow, like I feel sustained, and I feel like I have amazing energy on keto, which I absolutely loved. Also, being on keto, I don't know if this is necessarily a good or bad thing, probably more bad for me because I am a diabetic, but it makes me not hungry. So when I'm not hungry, I don't really want to eat, and in turn can mess with my diabetic sugars or numbers. So, I mean, I guess it can be a good and bad thing if you're trying to stay under your calorie intake, like if you have a certain amount per day, but it does make you like not hungry. Like it makes you, I wouldn't say feel full all day, but just sustained, like you don't need anything. I decided to purchase some cookbooks because I know how I am, and I know that if I'm eating the same things over and over, I'm going to get very disinterested and I'm not going to keep up with it. So I decided to go ahead and purchase some keto cookbooks, and I believe I think it was my last video. Nope, it was the one before that, about my keto fat bombs that totally tanked, but I have found some keto fat bombs that are super good. So, but yeah, I used the recipe from those books, and they're like really, really good, some of them. So the food, like, because you can have fats, protein, and low carb, that's pretty much the essence of the whole diet. But adding fats into your food and make them taste good, like bacon fat, like you can use the fat from the bacon and cook, green beans, or, like saute green beans in it, and it makes it tastes really good, but that is all keto approved. So that was amazing. And then like eating like hot wings or like whatever, those stuffs were approved as well. So it kind of makes it, what I do like about the keto journey is that like you can still it like feels like you're cheating a little bit, but you're not, like you're totally fine, you know? So like that made it really good for me because I was able to cook a lot of various different meals, and I will go ahead and show you guys some of those meals as well. And just really kind of back to the food thing, learning new recipes. Like even if I'm not on keto or if I decide not to do it anymore, I'm probably still gonna cook the stuff because it's really good. One thing that was super beneficial for me, like being on the keto diet, was that I love healthy food. So it's super easy to eat healthy for me, but it just kind of translated into the keto stuff. Like it was just super easy to eat the healthy food. Now, to kind of talk about some cons to keto, cravings. So I don't even want to share this because it's kind of embarrassing, but there was literally one point that I was crying because like I was just like so upset that I couldn't have what I wanted. Yeah, I know exactly, it sounds silly, but like I was just like, I just want ice cream, or I don't know what the craving was, but I just want this or that, you know. And I was just literally like so angry that it brought me to tears a little bit, which it just made me realize my addiction to food. Like I don't like with normal eating, like outside of keto, like I don't necessarily eat all the time, but what I do eat isn't great. So like, you know, extra Heath medium blizzard at Dairy Queen 3 nights in a row, probably shouldn't do that. It would be like I would have that and not eat anything else for dinner, or like not eat anything most of the day and only have that. So like not only was what I was putting into my body super unhealthy, but I wasn't adequately feeding my body either. But the cravings, they were really hard to get through. I did have a carb loading day about, I think it was 3 weeks into the whole keto journey. I like the day that it happened, I mostly ate healthy stuff. Like I didn't really crave or want unhealthy things. I did eat my little chocolate covered Oreos that I mentioned in a previous video. I only ate 2 of them out of the whole container, and I ended up giving the rest away. So I just didn't desire to eat it. And then like later on, I think I had some bread carbs. I had made these like little protein peanut butter chocolate oatmeal cups, so bomb, but they have oats in it, and oats have obviously a lot of carbs. Of course, they're a little healthy, but they have a lot of carbs. But I did have some of those, but really, and I had strawberries and some nuts. Oh, I did eat Doritos and Cheetos, but like a little mini bag. But like I didn't really eat like I was just like, man, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna go to McDonald's for breakfast. I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A for lunch, and then for dinner I just want to get a big old juicy burger. Did not eat any of that. Like did not. So cravings are hard. But my next con is that it's so expensive to eat healthy. Okay, so as pointing out that video about the chocolatey fat keto bomb, whatever I called the title, those were like, that stuff is really expensive. And like I honestly don't know how much I spent. But I just know that every time I went to the store, it was like $100, and I felt like I got nothing. And so I'm just like, they clearly just want us to die because healthy food is so expensive. And that's obviously something I really didn't like about it. But like when I sit back and think like how much money I spend on going out to eat or what have you, which I don't really go out to eat much at all anymore, really. But just like in past, like thinking about how much I did spend, is probably pretty comparable because I'm not cooking at home. So obviously a meal that's going to be cooked for you out and about is going to be twice as expensive as just eating at home, if not 3 times more. There's my heat again. But if not 3 times more expensive. let's talk a little bit about ketosis. So I never reached ketosis. I don't know what I was doing wrong. I did read a couple of like keto vlogs and stuff like that. A lot of the people said that they stopped doing net carbs. And so basically what net carbs are, it's the amount of carbs minus fiber minus any fake sugar. I just call it fake sugar because there's several different names for it, but like fake sugar. So if I had a snack that was 10 carbs, but it was 5 grams of fiber, or it had 5 grams of fiber in it, that means it was 5 net carbs. So that would mean I would only account for those 5 carbs versus a 10. And in the forum, it was saying, you know, it was really hard for me to get into ketosis until I start using whole carbs versus net carbs. And so I wonder if that would have made a difference. But I did buy these little ketone strips, and essentially you just pee on them, and they turn a specific color, and it tells you basically if you're in ketosis or not. So when I only did it once, maybe 2 weeks into doing it, but it was literally that, and that means I'm not in ketosis. So you want to be at 0.5 or above, and yeah, it only did that. So I didn't feel like I was in a fat burning state or whatever, because like I wasn't losing weight. So let's talk about the weight aspect of it. So the first week I lost 2 pounds. I was super excited and on a roll. Like I was like, I'm killing this. The second week I gained 3. So naturally I had a whole breakdown, because I'm just like, this is the hardest I've ever worked on anything ever. So I gained the 3 pounds. And then the third week I was back at my starting weight. So I was just like, it's just disappointing, you know? So, you know, and I've talked to people, and I went to my doctor, and he was just like, you know, it's going to be really hard for you to lose weight. Like with your metabolic rate, we know that it's easy for you to gain weight, like super easy, but it's very hard for you to lose weight. And I'm like, although that offered me some like, okay, this makes sense as to why I'm not losing weight, but it was just still disappointing, because it's like, now I'm gonna have to go beyond the regular means of just eating healthy and working out to lose weight. So like I said, I went through this whole like, boo-hoo me stage, you know, and it was a little rough. But I kept doing it. I told myself I was going to keep doing it for at least a month. And if I want to try something else, I will. So, I mean, that's just kind of my journey with keto. And again, just to kind of recap, like I really do love the food on keto. Most of it, the sweet stuff. So it's a hit and miss with the sweet stuff, because I also made some chocolate brownies that were disgusting. And I've just been sticking with stuff that just tastes good as far as like food, not sweets. And the fat bombs, some of them are super good, some of them are super not. But overall, I like the principle of keto. I like the fact that my body would be burning, if I got into ketosis, would be burning the fat off of me versus the carbs that I put into me, and it's just using that as energy. But yeah, I'm gonna try to figure it out. I actually do have an appointment with the weight loss clinic, so they can measure my body, see like what this body needs, not what everybody else does to lose weight for them, but I need to know for me, because clearly I'm not everybody and everybody's not me. So I'm gonna figure that out. I am gonna lose weight. It's gonna happen. Like I might get down, but I'm gonna get right back up and get back on the horse and continue to truck along. So I hope that you guys, in whatever that you're doing in this new year, whether you made resolutions or intentions or not, I hope that you're able to at least follow through and stick with some of that. Encourage yourself, be around encouraging people, lift yourself up, say your words of affirmation, whatever you need to do to keep it pressing and keep it pushing. As y'all know, I always say, but I appreciate you guys for joining me in another video. I'll catch you guys next Sunday for the next one, and don't forget, keep spreading that love. Peace.